Hey everybody, welcome back. I know it's been a while because life got weird and that happens also. I don't like editing. I really don't. So I've been really bad about not editing lately or filming just because I didn't want to. Um, but I'm here now. So we'll see if we can do this. So yeah. Anyways, today is going to be a what the heck is that thing and what is it for in gymnastics. Um, I'm probably going to make more of these down the road for different random things you see in gymnastics of higher levels and whatnot, and you're just like, what is that? If you're newer to the sport or not as advanced, or if you are coming up, or if you are, progressing in levels, which is awesome, and you want to know when you might need one of whatever it is. So today it's going to be grips. And I hear them called gloves, gymnastics gloves for bars all the time. It's not what they are. It's called a grip. Essentially, it looks like this. Some have buckles, some have Velcro. I don't know where I have two pairs. One with Velcro, one with buckles. Personally, I like buckles better. They don't wear out as easily. But they do kind of push on your wrists a little bit, which can be sore until you get used to it. But anyways, when you first get them, they're going to be stiff straight. They're not going to be folded like this. These are a couple years old, so they are fully broken in. It would actually be time for a new pair if I weren't retired, which is fine. But what are they for first? First, they are for bars. They're for the long, skinny things that you swing on. Bars, not the beams that you walk on, the ones you swing on. Anyways, they're to help you hold on the bars at higher levels. But you don't need grips until it's not necessarily a level thing. There have been people competing in the Olympics that didn't wear grips, which is totally fine. They just taped their hands. It's a preference thing, really. A lot of times, coaches will make you get grips later, once you get to certain levels. But again, you don't really need them. They can help, but you don't need them. Now, when do you need grips? You need grips when you're closer to my height and weight. When you are, say, over 80 pounds, 80 plus pounds, and your hand is bigger. If your hand is small, it's going to be hard to use them because, again, the bar is big, and the grips make it harder to hold on the bar if your hands are little. Also, the reason why they are helpful is to help hold you onto the bar when you start making or doing higher level skills such as, free hips and giants and release moves, different things like that. You don't need them for pullovers and casts. You just don't. They're gonna get in the way. So if you're a beginner or an intermediate or, one of those lower levels of gymnastics, you're not on team yet, you don't need grips. Or if you're on pre-team, you still don't need grips. It's gonna be more of a hassle than it's worth, honestly. So now that we've got that out of the way, how do you wear it? So there's a right grip and there's a left grip. There are plenty of, I don't remember ever which hand goes which. So what I did was I had my coach tell me which one went where, and I marked them with an R and an L for left and right. So you want your flaps going to the inside. That way they're not on the outside getting in the way. That's how I always did it. But it's really simple to put on grips. It looks complicated. It takes some practice, but it gets easier with time. So you start out with these little thingies called wristbands. I always called them wristbands anyways. Some people call them wristies. It just depends. They come in all sorts of colors. I got a pair to match one of my leotards. I got a pair for that. It was cool. It was fun. So the next step is you take one of the grips. So it's best to keep them balled. I'll show you how to do this in a second. But all you do is you open it up, you put it on your hand like so. Then you're going to take the two fingers and put them in. So this is your middle finger and your ring finger that are going to go in the two holes. It's not your index and your middle, it's your middle and your ring finger. And that's how it's going to hold on. Just like that, little windows. Your fingers poke through the windows. Then you're going to put it back on your wrist, and I've always found it helpful to pin it against myself. And you're going to take one of the straps and pull it through. I am putting this on the wrong hand because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Oh, that's why I have a watch in this hand, so I'm going to open the left one. And then I'll show you how to wrap it back. Today's been a day, guys. It's been a day. So, you poke your fingers through, like so. Kind of like how you're making a bunny or a turtle, or I don't do shadow puppets. I don't know what I'm talking about. Then I like to pin it against myself and pull through. Now, there are all these dotted lines, and that's each of the settings. It goes pretty small, and I have pretty small wrists, but they're not that small. So you just pull it tight as far as you would like. Make sure the wristband is not poking through the buckle hole or the Velcro, because that's going to make it a pain to put on. Then you push the little pin through, and just like a regular buckle, like a belt buckle or something, you slip it under and pull, just like so. Same thing on the other side. Well, hello, Goldenrod. My dog just walked in. Come on, work. So pull and buckle to slip through. And this is how a grip fits. So it looks like it would be too big, but this is actually what holds onto the bar. So if you pretend my forearm is the bar, this is how it holds on. That's how you're not going to come off. Even if my thumb, pointer, and pinky aren't touching the bar, I'm still going to stay on as long as I am pulling and or pushing on the bar, which is why it helps with giants and other bigger skills. Now, if it is too big, then the holes aren't going to quite fit your fingers, and it's not going to fold in the right places. It's going to be mega too long. But this is how you want it to fit, with the fold right above or right underneath your finger knuckles. Why did I call them finger knuckles? I don't know. But that's how you hold onto a bar with these. Now, you may notice that there is a wrap thing that looks like a paper towel or something weird with hot glue in the middle. And this is called a dowel. This is what helps you, again, hold onto the bar. Now, there are grips without dowels. It is totally up to you or your coach if you're going to have dowels or not. I've only had dowels. I've never tried grips without them. So I'm not helpful there, but I like them pretty much. So that just makes the grip firmer, and it makes a little finger rest too. And that's, again, another extra thing between you and the bar, helping you to stay on. Now, it does take a while to figure out how to use grips. I had to relearn how to do a kip almost. It took about 3 weeks for me to get used to them, so definitely start before meet season if you're going to use them at all, because it's a learning curve. It is a learning curve. Start small. Start with the small skills: cast, tap, swings, pullovers, kips, things like that. Don't try anything crazy the first time you put on a pair of grips, because otherwise you're just going to go peeling right off that bar, and it's going to, you know how bars do. But yeah, that's how a grip fits. And the other one will go on the exact same way. If these are annoying you, you can use rubber bands to keep them to the side. That way they're not getting in the way or flapping around. I didn't care. They never bothered me, so I didn't bother. But a lot of times when you first get grips, they're going to be a little too small on the fingers, and so you'll be able to poke your fingers through. So you can take a pencil or a pen or have your coach use a razor, but you can also shove it over one of the little pegs that you use to adjust the bars and wiggle it around some, and that'll help get it closer to the shape of your finger. And also they will stretch out over time because it's leather. Now, if it's too big, you can get these things called spacers to put in between your grips or something. I didn't. I just pulled a piece of foam off an old foam block and stuffed it in there. But you can also use tape. So I've got athletic tape wrapped around right here. That way my fingers wouldn't slip out of the holes or the grip wouldn't go too far down, because you don't want it to be down here at your knuckles. You want it to be in between your first knuckle and your second. You don't want it to be back up way back here, otherwise it's not going to do anything for you. Grips do take a little while to break in. What I found one of the best ways to break in that doesn't take like 5 ever is to roll them up how you want them on your hand. So use them once or twice in the bars to get the general shape. Then you're gonna fold it like you're supposed to hold onto the bars. So you want the finger windows on top and squish it down so the dowel and the grip form a taco. Then from here you're gonna fold it again and squish it into itself. Make sure the strap's not in the way and it's not crooked. You don't want it to go like this, otherwise you're gonna give yourself problems down the road. So make sure it's straight and squish it into itself. It's gonna be tricky when your grips are still new. These are old, and so it is much easier. Then you simply Velcro or buckle them right back. So you pull through to the smallest setting, poke it through the hole, put it through, poke it through the hole, put it through, and it will just stay in this nice little ball, and that'll help it A, not get messed up in your grip bag, B, not get tangled up with each other with all the loose floppiness going around everywhere, C, it'll keep chalk from going everywhere, as there is now chalk all over my table. What letter comes next? D? A, B, C, D? Yes, D. It'll help break them in faster and keep them in good condition. That's one reason why I like doing it that way. Then just chuck them back in your grip bag once they're all folded up. Now, what's another way to use grips? Or not another way to use grips, but so chalk blocks are gonna be your best friend. So after you've got it on your hand, grab a block of chalk and just rub it up and down. Some people like to spray theirs with water to get the chalk to stick better. I never like doing that. It made it all like sticky and crumbly and powdery, and the chalk got my eyes, and I was like, I can't see. But it's personal preference. So the first couple times you do want to wet your grip just so the chalk stays better. Get it way more chalky than you think you need it the first like 5, 6 times you use them. And after that, just go back to your normal amount of chalk and it's fine. And yeah, it's great. Now, what are some myths about grips? First off, grips, again, aren't for beginners. So if you're brand new in gymnastics or not on team, or this is first year on team, you still don't need grips. Grips won't stop you from getting rips. If you're a gymnast, you know what a rip is. It's where that little piece of skin where your callus comes right off and sticks to the bar or something. Really beautiful ones. One of my girls got like 3. They're all bleeding. It was great. Gorgeous rips. Beautiful. Big ones too. Not, that big. Anyways. Yeah, they won't stop you from getting rips. They won't stop you from peeling off the bar. It won't make your hands not hurt. Alright? It's just, your hands are still gonna hurt. That's what gymnastics is. You swing on bars, your hands are gonna hurt. They're gonna burn. So it's not gonna stop your hands from hurting. It's not gonna stop you from ripping, and it's not gonna stop you from peeling off the bar ever. In fact, when you're just learning how to use your grips, you're gonna peel off a lot. So just be prepared. What is true about grips is they do help you hold on to an extent. Certain skills, they make it easier. Some skills, it's a little bit trickier. It's just learning curves. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about grips, let me know in the comment section down below. If this video helped, give it a thumbs up. If it didn't, let me know what I can do better in the next video, because I love the feedback. Alright? If you've made it this far, that is. Yeah. I'm also really bad at intros, so see ya!